As songwriters, Gerry and Carole stand as a great bridge between the brill-building styles of the late 50s and early 60s and the modern rock era. And the fact is, they started looking forward with their very first hit. In 1961, they wrote a little song called Will You Still Love Me Tomorrow? It was the first great 60s record to be written from a woman's point of view. It was the first great ballad directed to a new generation that would soon be labeled baby boomers. And for some of the people in this very room, it was the first song they slow danced to, made out to, and made love to. It was perhaps the first 60s song about which you and your girlfriend or boyfriend said, "That's our song." And by the way, because it meant so much to so many, it is a song and a record, beautifully sung by the Shirelles, that will live on well into the next century. In 1962, the Drifters recorded their sublime Up on the Roof, a song that expressed a sensibility that a few years later would be called 60s idealism. And in 1963, Gerry and Carole extended that idealism with a romantically eloquent One Fine Day. Yeah. And then in 1965, they put themselves at the center of one of rock's most vital developments, the Phil Spector-Righteous Brothers collaborations. One of the two songs they wrote with Phil was a classic, Just Once in My Life, and the other is one of those great lost masterpieces due for rediscovery in the 90s, a great song called Hung on You. By the time they wrote Don't Bring Me Down for the Animals and Going Back for the Birds, they'd helped to start an approach that would affect every singer-songwriter to come after them. And in a nice epiphany, in 1967, they closed the cycle they began with Will You Still Love Me Tomorrow when they wrote You Make Me Feel Like a Natural Woman for Aretha Franklin. But by then, they had given us more than we can ever give back. Gerry Goffin and Carole King, two of rock's great writers.
One fine day, you're gonna want me for your girl.
In the 50s, while everyone was rocking around the clock, I started writing my own songs. I was going to be a teacher and marry some nice doctor. Instead, I married Gerry Goffin.
Now a very